Hey y'all, what's poppin'?
It's your girl, Lay Down Lage, back at it again. With the Nigerian princess.
Hey y'all,
and
what's up?
we have a special guest.
Tell them what your name is. Aisha. I feel like I'm only here to laugh and give my 2 cents on the show.
She has some valuable critique to what we're going to be talking about today
Right.
that we thought was imperative
Right.
to really dissecting and analyzing what the Bachelor week 6 had to offer us.
Yes, girl. She knows the week. So, like Lay Down Lage said, we are back. We are Black girls who watch The Bachelor. As y'all know, that is not common, like we said before. And we did it on a whim last week, and for some reason, y'all like us talking shit. So we back at it again. So I'm just gonna shout out a comment we got from this is from Lisa Broom. She said, "So glad I found you guys. I've been waiting for another point of view on The Bachelor from people I can relate to." Totally agree with you guys on this episode. Thank you, Lisa, for watching. And we shout out everybody who commented on our last video. Again, it was on a whim. And I mean, it was on a whim, and like we just talking shit. So if you like it, subscribe.
If you like it, we love it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This one is being phony, so we need y'all to keep liking, keep subscribing, keep commenting so we can keep doing these every week. And without further ado, we are going to get into week 6. All right, y'all. So the episode starts like we finished last week. We predicted that Taylor comes back. She wants to talk to Nick, and we predicted that the girl was going to go home. And what happened to Aisha?
The bitch went home.
She went home.
But hold on, we was talking about how we were like, okay, is Corinne and Taylor gonna go home?
Right.
And we were all kind of like, that's not gonna happen because of how the people were editing and whatever.
Yeah.
So, as we predicted, that didn't happen, but the bitch Taylor still had to come back with a few words.
Right.
And we were just kind of...
Okay, Aisha. So when she came back and she sat him down on the steps and she was trying to... Do you feel like it was a plea, or do you feel like she genuinely was like, watch out for Corinne, she's a bad person?
I just feel like she doesn't like Corinne. Like, that's it.
Right.
I feel like Taylor just has feelings towards Corinne, and she's just like, I mean, Corinne did kind of lie, and I can see why Taylor had to go back and, like, redeem herself, but I wouldn't have done it.
I can't see why. Honestly, like, I feel like it never goes well in that type of situation. Like, no matter what, once you're sent home, like, I've never seen someone
It's always awkward.
come back. You know what I mean? Even if she did lie on you, I personally feel like he used the Taylor-Corinne situation as a scapegoat. He didn't want her there to begin with. And he was just like, you know what? I don't got no feelings for you. Like, this is easy for me. Let me just say, you know, or whatever. Use the situation of Corinne saying she was a bully or whatever.
But, like, why would you ever, under any circumstances, ever go back to a nigga who's just like, I don't want you. Like, he left you stranded in a bayou in New Orleans. Like, you really went to go find him, and then
guess what? And then he was like, thank you.
The thing is, though, like, Corinne did kind of, like, tarnish her hair.
So what?
Honestly, Taylor, she did it to herself, and like I said this before, I liked Taylor. I liked her in the beginning. I had her, you know. I didn't know that when you told me, and I don't feel bad still. I did at first.
Listen,
but
the reason
I don't.
why she went back is because that was a half blunt. She said, hold on, this nigga not about to do this.
He ain't gonna play me on TV like this.
Yes,
I'm done with him. Yeah, that's true.
So for that, I know I was saying, like, what the hell was you doing? But you had to let him know, and you did.
And she did. And of course, it was a fail. And, you know, that happens. Sometimes you put yourself out there and it just doesn't work out. But Taylor, you know, Bayou, it was nice to know you.
That was funny.
I'm sorry.
You meant like Bayou?
Bayou.
Yo, you're
trash. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Like, it's so sad. I just feel like this show didn't paint you in the right light, and you just ended very bad. And let's just close it
like
there.
Your Bachelor
pretty
career,
girl.
moving
Very
on
pretty.
to the group date.
Good night. So this group date, was that the next date that happened?
Wasn't it, or was it a 2-on-1?
No, that was the last one. So
Okay,
it was the group
Then
date.
they went to St. Thomas.
Right.
For the group date.
So they announced, Nick starts teasing clear skies, blue water, nice sand, and it was all like, oh, are we going back to Waukesha? That could always happen. But of course,
nothing wrong with Waukesha.
Right, nothing wrong with Waukesha.
Okay.
Like,
what y'all said? Okay. Listen, no matter where you are in life, people gonna hate.
Right.
Exhibit A.
Exhibit B. Bye. Y'all don't know her real life. But anyway, moving on. So they go to St. Thomas. Cool place. Beautiful place. And the group date was what? A volleyball game.
Yeah.
What y'all think about the volleyball games?
What do we think? That shit was a wreck. Every major on the beach was like having an emotional breakdown. I've never seen a volleyball game go that wrong.
Right. And then you even said, you were like, do they not know how to play volleyball? like, why are they all so emotional? But like, how do you feel like you would be in that situation? Like, do you think you would have just kind of played the game out? And just.
I mean, it was supposed to be all fun and games. Yeah. Like, why was everybody?
I think the problem was that it's already a competition. Like, trying to get his attention, trying to it's already a competition too. Everyone's already on like high nerves. So just that alone, like playing ball, and then he kept being like, "Oh, Corinne, are you okay? Corinne."
Okay, with that though, my whole thing is, why is everybody so up Corinne's ass? Like,
she's my hero.
We already told y'all how we feel
she
about
is
Corinne,
playing the game. Like the object of the game is to get the guy at the end.
Mm-hmm.
She is just pulling him along.
But
like,
okay, I am always the devil's
why don't you go
advocate in
stub
this
your toe
situation.
over there and make him run and you? Like, what's the issue?
But my thing is like, Corinne just has a certain level of hold on him, and I definitely feel like if some other girl stubbed her toe, let's say for instance, I don't know, a Christina or someone who I still don't know why they're there. If they went and they flailed their arms, we will get to that. Oh my God. But if they stub their toe, like a Christina or someone who I still feel like there's no chemistry, or Danielle, whichever one is still left, who there's no chemistry, they stub their toe, they do all that. Is he really gonna care?
Yes.
You think he's so? Forced to, like he has
will
to
force it, but it won't be like
force it.
But it's still gonna be that
attention. Yeah. Whether it's forced or not,
I guess.
I mean, that was just too much.
It was so funny.
For beach volleyball.
Rachel was like, I don't want to play anymore.
Right. I was really shocked by that actually when Rachel kind of like got emotional on that date.
I think it was just one of those things. You know how when women get their period, they all like one person. No, hold on. Let me explain.
Please save this.
Like
Please
you know how you can be in a friend group. One person get their period, and like everybody kind of all sync up. So you've never had that?
Yeah, when you sync, have we synced? No.
So hold on, let me finish. So then I feel like why everybody was so up on edge is because one person was up on edge, and then everybody else was like, "Shit, let me get up on edge." Do you see where I'm going with that?
I can see
that's why it was such a hostile environment, because it's like when one person feels a certain type of way, that changes the whole group dynamic. Yeah. Just how when one person get their period in a friend group.
Okay, Aisha. I think what you're trying to say is this was the week 6 was the breaking point. It was the turning point. And like just in general, he sent home a lot of women, great women, just mass. And it's just like, there's just a lot of them. And in a lot of ways, you're like, damn, this season is going fast as shit. But in a lot of ways, it's like he's being honest. Yeah. He's being really honest. If he doesn't see it with you, you're out. And I feel like a lot of them, I don't know if that's what was getting to them on that date, where they were just being emotional because they felt like instead of you spending time trying to get to know me, you want to see me in a bikini hitting a ball that I never even knew how to hit because I never learned volleyball.
Never played volleyball.
I didn't know how to play volleyball. Like, they're just like, this is annoying. Why are we doing this? Like, you're not getting to know me. And at this point, if I'm already doubting our relationship, I want time for you to really get to know me.
I think that's where Jasmine was at.
I mean, more
now we can segue into Jasmine's
crazy.
She's
crazy.
Did you not for 1 second say that you on Jasmine's side.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, we had this really heated conversation as we were watching Black Girls Watch Bachelor plug. As we were watching the show, we were on separate sides. Literally, I'm on the right side of the couch, Laysia's on the left side, Aisha's in the middle, and I'm basically saying, do y'all agree that you know who you are going into a show like this? They were like, well, you know, you sign up, you know that if you're going to go on The Bachelor, you should be able to control your emotions, know how you feel, and, like, not get attached to someone. And I agree. And, you know, we all go in thinking we know ourselves, but I do kind of see a side that, you know, you never know what can happen when you don't have a phone. You can't talk to your family. You can't talk to your friends about how you're feeling. You're talking to some bitches who are all going after the same guy as you. You know what I'm saying? At some point, I feel like, and then you're being coaxed and coerced by several different producers and people who are trying to ask you antagonizing questions. And I feel like at some point you're going to say something you don't mean or just be in the heat of the moment. And some bad qualities. And she was drunk. I've been saying that. The girl was drunk the entire time.
You need some help.
Yeah. So basically, Jasmine, let's speak on the Jasmine situation. This is sad because another one of ours, the 20% that was left went to 10%. Jasmine Good was sent home this episode.
How do you know her last name?
I saw her on Twitter. I saw her on
Girl
Twitter.
who watched Bachelor.
That girl watching Bachelor. But, okay, so Jasmine was sent home, and I know y'all had opinions on it, but like I said, I just feel like sometimes you get in the heat of the emotion. Does not write all of the things she did, hence choking him out. That was
okay,
weird.
hold on.
Weird.
Scratching. So basically, Abby was saying she sympathizes with Jasmine.
No, I'm not saying I sympathize with Jasmine. I said I sympathize with anyone who, in this show, you never know how you're going to be painted. And I feel like they all have those moments.
Okay, so
and some of them just aren't shown.
You can somewhat sympathize with Jasmine.
Yeah. In a way, I don't sympathize with how she did it, but I sympathize with getting to your breaking point.
Right.
Because,
so
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and there's a reason for that also.
You just
Go
explained
ahead.
it. You just explained it. Okay, so that was Abby's point of view.
Yeah.
And, you know, Aisha, she was just saying she can get both Abby's, in my opinion. Yeah. I think she was more so leaning towards me, the rational person in the situation. But
I think right here, but we can do this right here.
I think what I was trying to say is, I think Jasmine, as we can all agree, was batshit crazy.
Wow. You know what? I'm going to have to plead the fifth on this because she's a fellow black girl. You know what? Taylor was half, so
if she's a fellow black girl, you should call your fellow black girls out on their batshit craziness, right?
Okay. Yeah, she went crazy. I will agree on that.
She went crazy.
That whole choking stuff was a little bit
off. Weird.
But what I was saying was, when you go on a show like this, you need to know how to play a game. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you're looking for love, but this love context is within the context of a game. Like,
you
need to
3 months to find love. Yeah,
so how realistic is that? I'm not sure. You can't put a time limit or a time frame on love. But at the end of the day, there's umpteen other girls with you in pursuit of this guy. So you just gotta be strategic, and you can't let your emotions seemingly like overpower the connection you have with someone, or the connection
you have.
I
feel like she also knew that they didn't really have a connection. That's why she was freaking out about, we haven't been on a date, we haven't gone on like, you know, 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, if I was in a position and I realized that, you know, we really truly don't have a connection, I do one of two things. I'd either stay for the vacation.
The what?
The vacation.
Vacation? So stupid.
Or I would just tell them straight up, I truly don't feel like we have a connection. I don't.
That's my thing, and that's what I was trying to explain.
And not be crazy about it, because she was like, I don't.
Yeah. She said. She's like,
no. Just remember that you're on TV. Like at the end of the day, you're on TV. Like I get that emotions get to your head sometimes, but at the end of the day, you are on TV. Millions of people are watching you. Just behave yourself.
I get that, but like this situation, I can't help but remember the Jubilee situation from Ben's season. If y'all watched last season, Jubilee basically was sent home, and he kind of blamed it on her. And yeah, she had issues, and yeah, she was pulling away. But he was kind of like, yeah, well, you were pulling away, and that's why, you know, this relationship fell apart, and kind of put it on her in the last second. And what the fuck? And in a lot of ways, I feel like he wasn't being real with her. He didn't just say, hey, you know, the connection was just, it's kind of dwindling. It's kind of burning out. He just kind of was like, well, you know, found an excuse. Well, you know, you were pulling away, so I didn't really see it anymore. And I just don't think that's fair. And in a lot of ways, you know, I feel like I would know in that situation if somebody wasn't into me. And everybody else around me is getting validation.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
though.
then
So, like,
you're just there like
crazy over it. Just be like,
I agree.
Right.
She didn't need to go crazy. That part, yeah. I cannot defend that. I can't defend the choke, but I can defend the human emotion, and you really just don't know how you're going to
But
react.
at the end of the day, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's just because of who I am. Like, sometimes in situations, you need to be heartless. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Stay for the vacation. You're in fucking St. Thomas.
like if you feel throughout this show that this guy isn't paying you any attention, and you feel like there is no connection, play the game.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, like, you don't have to voice this to anybody.
Right.
You can know it, and he can know it. But as long as you're not over here choking people and trying to body slam them, then you're going to be here. Like,
that was
you're good.
so awkward, though, when his body tensed.
He was like, he was super.
He was sitting there like,
she was like, do you want me to choke? He was like, no,
please don't.
no, not really.
Please no.
And y'all know Nick was like a freak. He might have got choked in his day, but he was not feeling that one.
Whose mouth is this?
You know what I mean? Nick's a freak. Anyway, so yeah, Jasmine went home. It was another throw the dust on a black girl because at this point we only got you.
She sent herself home with it. It wasn't.
Yeah, I agree.
We got
I
you
agree.
and black
can't
people
really.
sympathize. So it's
I
good.
sympathized, but it's okay.
So, who's after that?
So that dang third date, apparently they were having another 2-on-1, y'all, which we just talked about last week. I didn't know they did several 2-on-1s back to back. I feel like they're trying to wrap this season up, but you know, that's just my opinion. They have a 2-on-1 with freaking
Danielle.
Whitney, who, did y'all know who Whitney was before?
Did nobody know
Raise
who
your
she
hand if
was?
you knew Whitney.
Look, my friend
I think she's
texted
pretty.
my
She's so
friend
pretty.
texted me. He said, "Who the fuck is Whitney?"
And I really feel like they premiered her in the beginning of the episode. They showed her getting a rose just to be like, okay, we need to give them context. So before we send a random girl home, we need the viewers to know who
Yes,
this
because
is.
they put her with Danielle L, who he has expressed multiple times that he really likes.
Yeah.
So he was gonna go home with Danielle. And
Right.
After that was kind of awkward.
Right. So basically, Aisha, you want to explain the date? What they went and they did?
Yeah, legit.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I wasn't paying attention because it was whack. Like,
we didn't.
quite whack.
Honestly, we didn't even see it. We saw they went on a helicopter and then they went to the beach. And
That's
then
all
before
they
we knew
did.
it, somebody was going home.
No, that's
he
all they
said,
did. That's really all they
I'm
did.
sorry,
Literally,
but,
I asked, I was like, what was the date? Because it was like, they were like, oh, looking out in the helicopter.
Yeah.
Then they landed, and then there was a little, what is
Cabana.
The little cabana? That's what it is?
Yeah.
They were sitting in the cabana together, and then he split off, you know. Then, this is where I have the issue. I have a real issue. He knew he was going to send Whitney home, right?
"Oh, okay."
Right? He knew he was going to send Whitney home. And this nigga, for some reason, thought it was okay. Aisha, can I just use your leg? He thought it was okay to be talking to her and looking all into her, and he was like, you know, I just think, you know. He was rubbing all on her thigh. Like, you know, the thigh skin is real special. That's some special shit. You can't just be rubbing on her thigh when you know you're going to send her home. So that was disrespectful to me. But he was all up on her. He was like, you know, Whitney, you know, you're so beautiful, whatever the fuck he was talking about. And was just rubbing all on her thigh. And then I was like, and you know you're going to send her home? That's just disrespectful.
I mean, but
disrespectful.
at the end of the day, excuse my language, but a nigga is a nigga, or whatever he is. A dude is a dude. You know, if you know you're about to send a girl home, why not caress on the knee a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I would do.
I'm so happy that you're not a nigga.
Wow.
I'm so
annoyed. I'm
She's
so
so
annoyed. I can't. You would really caress up on somebody's thigh that you know, like, damn, I'm about to just send her home. But
Yes,
just
I
feel
would.
this thigh
I
meat real
would.
quick.
I would.
He like the thigh meat.
I need to know what I'm about to, what I'm abandoning.
Wow.
One last time for the
For the road. You're so annoying.
You know how people are
Oh
pulling
my
out for the home?
gosh. That's so sad.
So sad.
So yeah, so the 2-on-1 was, there was no date to it. It was literally like, you know, he knew what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
And so they get in the helicopter, they go in the cabana, he pulls them aside, he talks to Whitney, he talks to Danielle L.
Yeah.
And then in the end, you know, what happened?
Somehow, we're not paying that much attention because this episode was kind of
Trash.
Yeah. And so,
Bachelor, cut us a check, by the way.
he's on the date with Danielle, and we don't even know what happens. Apparently, she says something like, "I'm really falling in love with you," and then he has this little heartbreak where he doesn't feel the same, and he's like, "Oh my god!"
You know how the record scratch?
Exactly that. And then he said, "You know how hard it is to like think that you're gonna be with this person from day one, and then for her to say that and you don't feel the same way. I can't believe I'm about to send her home, and this and this and this." And
wow.
Nick was a real emotional.
Savage.
Yeah.
Savage. I think he was savage this episode. He was just sending people home left and right.
Right. That was really shocking. So, yeah, basically 2-on-1, Whitney goes home. Then him and Danielle L have a little one-on-one time. You think they're about to solidify the connection they already have. They've had a strong connection the past couple of weeks. And this is somebody who we talked about our bracket last week. And I claimed her top 2. I'm still shook a little bit that she's gone because that was a real wrench for me.
I thought she was really shocking. Top 3 or something for sure.
Yeah, but in the end, I didn't really like her just because I didn't think she was all that serious. But that's just personal opinion. I just think she was cute, and he's like again that whole sexual attraction thing. And past that, I can't say that she would have been his wife. So in a lot of ways, I'm not sad to see her go, but I think that Nick is definitely kind of questioning if he can't make it work with her, what makes him think that he can make it work with anybody else?
I feel like he can make it work with Rachel.
Ooh, so we getting to the end? Is this prediction time?
Okay.
So yeah, so at the end of the episode, he goes back and he talks. He goes back to the girls. They're all.
He started crying. He started crying.
That was really sad.
It was sad.
Was it?
Not really. I just need to say that to the people who know it's not bad for men to cry.
Oh, there's nothing wrong. Let out your emotions. But
yeah. No, I think it was real. I think he was being real.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's
one of the first times in this process. Not that he hasn't been real.
It was just kind of too much for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Really? It was too much, but like I think he's scared because he's done this so many times and he's just like, if I don't mind you now.
But it's like you are making the same mistakes. No offense, y'all know I love Corinne, but like when he was I forgot who he's talking to, but he said
Danielle.
What do you want in a relationship? And he said honesty and love, and he said adventure and raw. Like
this nigga.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's definitely continuing to make the same mistakes.
Like you sitting here crying about wanting to find love, and you making the same mistakes you did. Yeah. Like you looking for adventure and raw.
I mean, maybe when he's 80, he might end up in Chuck E. Cheese with his granddaughter, and that might be adventurous. Okay, maybe.
Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
You never know. My thing is like, when adventure? Don't y'all think adventure's gonna run out at some point? Like
that's our point. Like, why is he? What's
adventure and trying to hit it wrong?
Yeah, I think definitely in the coming weeks he needs to make a turnaround. He needs to make a turnaround. He really needs to focus in on what he wants. Yeah. And okay, so now we're getting to predictions. So based on how it ended, Nick crying to all of the women, they all start crying, which okay.
Yeah, I'm not about to sit there and cry with you.
Right. Like I'm here. I'm wifey. Why you crying? Like, but yeah. So he cries, and they start crying too, and they're trying to tease that he potentially could walk away. One, do you guys think he's actually going to walk away? Okay.
They editing skills been on point.
Right. They spent too much money on him to be there for him to just walk away.
Yeah. Right. I think we're going to see Chris Harrison slap the shit out of him. Like, you know what? I'm so sick of you. You've been cutting into my nap times. I've been trying to see St. Thomas. I'm not trying to come back and have all this emotional time with you. Yeah. So I'm going to need you to get it together.
All right.
So, yeah. So, in the coming week, next week, how do you think it's going to start off? Do you think anybody's going to leave?
Off of, him being super emotional right now and all that stuff. My voice probably sounds super deep right now. I can hear myself. Yeah. But yeah, they're going to start off with him being really emotional, and then everyone else being super emotional, and then they're going to get over that, and then somebody's going to go on a date, and Rachel stay. And so is that brunette girl whose name that I can never get. The one who keeps crying about
Vanessa.
I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to stay.
Honestly, I don't even know who left.
There were so many.
Y'all just all running amok.
Honestly,
the only person I know who there is Rachel.
Yeah. And Vanessa. But yeah, I feel like it's just gonna be a fight to the finish at this point. It's gonna be him. Hopefully hopefully, I think this week 6 was the turning point. Was the point when he realized, okay, this whole physical connection thing, this whole
because I think that he goes off of that a lot.
Yeah,
his physical attraction to them.
But hold on, Corinne, he gonna sleep with Corinne? No,
I think he's not. I don't think he's not.
I think he's too. I think he would sleep with Corinne if she would have done it when the cameras was off at night. If she would have came through, snuck.
Or if he knew that none of the other women would find out, because
right.
he knows that he likes like Rachel and Vanessa, and he knows that if they found out, they'd be like super like okay.
Right.
Rachel already.
Where your wine bottle fall? Oh my god. Yeah. So basically, we think all the women are gonna stay, and it's just gonna be a fight to the finish, right?
There's probably gonna be like what 3 episodes left.
I think there's definitely.
So there's 5 girls left.
There's
right?
at least 4 more episodes, and like women tell all in the after the rose ceremony, which is like the reunion. So so next week they're starting off with Nick still crying, women still crying, and hopefully one of them stops crying, and he like has a real heart to heart with himself. At this point, it's all up to him, because the women who are meant for him, I can't say what's meant for him. The women who are like really there to be with him are there. It's all about how he's going to perceive what he needs and what he wants.
I think it's time for him to let Corinne go. I feel like the show's gone on funny. It's been fun. We love Corinne, but I don't think that. I think she's staying around. She might stay till like top 3, but I don't think that's who he's going to end up with. I feel like Corinne is the entertainment one.
I feel that way too. However, I think if he doesn't turn around how we need him to,
he might just end up with
I think he might end up with her.
Yeah.
Or somebody who you just like, who was that?
I feel like I had that moment so many times. Like, who?
I think every time. The thing is that every time I see him with Corinne, he talks to her for 5 seconds and then they start making out. It's kind of like from Bachelor in Paradise, the blonde girl and the black guy.
Amanda and Josh.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We're not gonna bring them up, please. I don't want to end like that. So yeah, they just gonna keep trucking on, and we still gonna be talking our shit next week. So week 7,
I'll be back.
Yeah. So week 7, Aisha, come on in. Come into the Brady Bunch booth. They want to see your face. So yes, we thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, leave your comments, tweet us. If you can find us on Twitter.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. You want to plug your Twitter?
No.
Okay. If you can find us, go ahead and. But yeah, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Again, we are Black Girls Who Watch The Bachelor, and we are happy to do this.
Aisha.
Abby Sayal, aka Princess Abby Sayal, aka Abby, but
Oh my god.
All right, and with that,
thank you so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next week.
Where's the button?